And this is Kieran with my co-host,
Broken.
with episode 6 of the Dragonbone Tavern podcast. And we're continuing with our Assassin's Creed series, but to start off, the website's going good. We've got most of the group stuff done. That should be done soon. I'm just doing some lists and things for that. And then also some of the podcast stuff is done for podcasts, vidcasts, etc. So this will probably be up there, hopefully before the end of May. That's our hope, at least my hope. And yeah, that's about it. Now for our mod game spotlight. Just because I've been playing it and I really can't think of anything else to talk about. Dead Island. It's an amazing, amazing game. Basically, if you've ever played Left 4 Dead, it's kind of like Left 4 Dead smushed with an RPG like Skyrim. Really kind of strange explanation there, but it's probably the best I can give you. Really fun to play. I wouldn't say it was all that hard to actually get used to playing it, but it was fun. I will give it that much. And yeah, there's not much else to talk about it. It's a zombie killing game. If you like those kind of games, check out Dead Island. And we're kind of going to roll kind of quickly on through. This is going to be a shorter episode. But Roken's going to take it from here and talk a little bit about Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Alright, thank you, Kieran. It feels good to finally be in the spotlight for once throughout all the episodes we do. But today I'm coming at you with Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Now, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood continues off of Assassin's Creed series, but there are some major differences. The storyline starts out as you're Desmond along with the blonde girl, the nerd guy, and the one chick who's kind of gothic and emo. I can't remember any of their names other than Desmond. You start out, you're running from the corporation who's been trying to capture you, using you to get the Apple of Eden. You've just recently escaped their clutches. Now you're hiding out in an old part of a town. You have to go set up a whole bunch of power grids and get everything online, which is actually a pretty easy part of the game. It teaches you how to use your eagle vision. In this part, you can now move while using eagle vision, and it gets you really accustomed to the game. It shows you how to climb, where to go, what to do, how to do this, how to do that. Like every other Assassin's Creed game, it gives you a nice, smooth intro. Not many things have changed in the beginning, but once you get into the Animus, which you still use the Animus, it's the portable chair-looking thing, it's still pretty cool. And you get into there, you're still Ezio Auditore, and at this point, you're living in, I forget the city, Firenze, perhaps?
I remember correctly you saying it was actually Roma, so it's in Rome.
You go to Roma, you don't start out in Roma.
Okay, I would then guess, yeah, you're still in Italy somewhere.
Yeah, you're still somewhere in that peninsula-type zone. Either way, you return home after dealing with all the other bad guys, and you pretty much come home. Everything's cool, but no one knows who you are because you look so different. You have facial hair, your hair is longer, you're wearing your assassin gear for a couple minutes, then you take it off. For some whatever reason, never really explain why you take off your assassin's gear, but you start wearing your normal civilian clothes. And you figure out that people don't exactly know who you are until, for some reason, when you carry this box of flowers for this woman who needs your help, people then realize, oh my god, it's Ezio. I'm not actually sure why they figured out when you carry a box of flowers and don't tell anybody, but they do. Either way you want to look at it, you're seen as a hero, so on and so forth, and you get to start having a little fun with Catalina, your fiance, or whatever you want to call her. And it teaches you a lot of new weapon interfaces. They've got cannons and all kinds of cool stuff. You get to practice shooting targets like these cannons they're making. And shortly after this, your town is attacked by the Volga as everyone already knows, it's going to be them using all this crap with the Pope. They attack your town and they kill your uncle. Yeah, sorry to say, but they find your uncle, who at this point, you have given him the Apple of Eden. He has it. Your Italian or whatever enemy takes it from him, then shoots your uncle. Then you're shot by one of their sharpshooters. You then have to escape the city, hold off the enemy forces. While I might argue, you have no armor on. You have, like, 0 armor. You have a sword. Your hidden blade, you don't even have your hidden blades on, I don't believe. Or if you do, they don't let you use them. And at that point, everything goes to hell. Your mother, your sister, and a whole bunch of other people start fleeing to different parts. You tell your mother and sister to go to Florence, or... yeah, I believe you tell them to go to Florence. They're sent to Florence, or so you think. You ride to Roma to rally with the other Assassin's Guilds. When you get to Roma, however, you figure out that your mother and sister came with you because they didn't want to be separated. You then start doing a whole bunch of things. You meet up with... what's the famous inventor's name?
Da Vinci.
Yes, Leonardo da Vinci. At this point, you now have your 2 blades you can use. He also makes you an assortment of other goods. He builds like cannons and flying machines and certain kinds of boats that the Bolgia have pretty much captured him, pay him next to nothing, and tell him, build us machines or you die. So he builds these machines and he tells you, hey, we can't let them use these. Go in, sneak in, destroy the planets, destroy the machine, be done. You get paid a lot of money for it. I'm not sure how he pays you for this, but he does. And in return, he makes you a whole bunch of weapons. He gives you your second hidden blade. He gives you climbing gloves. You can climb buildings faster. You can like sprint up buildings that are just climbing. You can get poison darts. You can shoot enemies with poison from afar, so you can more mysteriously kill them. You get all kinds of cool stuff. You get a crossbow, a handgun, well, I always wouldn't consider it a handgun because people say, oh, you get a gun in this one. Yeah, but it's a hidden gun. He pulls back on his wrist and there's a hidden gun where your blade is and you shoot from that. But you still use ammunition, crossbow bolts, so on and so forth. Your armor can still be upgraded. Tailor shops let you change your color of your dress. Stuff can be bought like that. Extra pouches for ammunition. All that's pretty much the same. Now, the big difference in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is you start meeting citizens who rally with you in Roma against the Bolgia. You get this little marker in your map that says, go here. So you run over there, and there's this man or woman, debatably, being attacked by the Bolgia. You destroy the Bolgia and walk over to the person, and he says something like, the liberation of Roma has begun, will you fight beside me? They say, yes, I will fight beside you. They become your assassins. Your assassins, air quotes, are pretty much your apprentices. You have the ability to train them and use them in combat as you see fit. However, they can be killed. To make an assassin war deadly, I should say, you send them on certain missions. You find a pigeon coop that we used for messaging back then, and you go through there, the interface, and you send your assassin on missions, debating on their levels, how effective they are in combat. For every time they level up, you can give them +1 point to their armor or to their weaponry until you fully max them out. Now, assassins can be called on enemy targets you want assassinated, to help you in broad combat, to help you find certain objects. There are a couple points, I'm not sure if it works throughout the whole game, but if you're trying to find something in Eagle Vision and you're in Eagle Vision, you call forth your assassins, they'll say, Ezio, look, over there, and you can look over and they'll show you exactly what you're looking for. Not really sure if that works for everything, but it works for a couple of different things. The gameplay is still pretty much the same. It's a free roam game. You can go all around the city, finding treasure chests, killing guards, ripping down wanted posters, stuff like that. Was there wanted posters in the first and second ones?
Yeah, wanted posters. They're a real big thing in the second one, not so much in the first one. I don't think they actually were in the first one, but the second one, they're real big due to the notoriety system.
Yep.
The first one, if I believe, you just had to pay people off and other things, because wanted posters, really back in the Crusades, didn't really have wanted posters. So, I don't remember exactly how that worked in the original.
That brings me to another good point. The notoriety system is still in place. If you're seen killing a guard or seen running from guards, you gain notoriety. However, one thing you can do, I'm not sure if this works in the second one or not, but when you're in the game, if you see a guard that you're going to have to encounter eventually, if you can kill him either with your gun, with your knives, with your poison, however, and you don't get seen by another guard doing this, it will not raise your notoriety. Does that
in
work?
the second one, I'd have to look back, but I don't think that works unless the body is not found. It lessens the amount that you get, but it does not completely diminish it. If the body is never found, then yeah, you get nothing for it.
Yeah, you can still loot all enemy bodies, civilian bodies. Yes, you can kill civilians. However, it's like before, you kill too many. Warning, Ezio didn't kill civilians. Keep doing it, it'll be desynchronized. That's still in place. Civilians are still annoying as all get out. The guy with the loot still follows you around and sings to you. The poor people keep asking you for money. Another good thing you can do is take a handful of coins, usually like 10 florins or whatever it is. You toss on the ground, distract the guards, and kill them all when you do that. Very fun. Could you ride horses in the first and second? I always forget.
Yeah, you could ride horses.
All right, you can still ride horses in this one. It's still a pretty big thing to get around Roma. You can still go and buy like horse stables to go get horses from, or you can steal them from people. My favorite thing to do is go onto a horse, find an enemy who's on a horse, you go full speed, you jump, you'll stab him in the face, throw him off his horse, take his, and ride away. That's always fun. That's my thing. The game, throughout the whole thing, you think, oh, this has got to be the end, because you get a whole bunch of these assassins who work beside you, who will help you bring down the Pope. And yes, spoiler alert, you kill the Pope. You stab him in the neck. Either way. You then take the Apple of Eden, you get it back for, I think, like 30 seconds, then something else happens, and you get it back again. And then the game, pretty much at that point, you're like, ha, got the Apple of Eden, it's over, it's over. All of a sudden, you're desynchronized, everything goes red, and all you hear in the background is, oh no, he's going into shock. Desmond, your guy in the real world, goes into shock, his mind fused with the Animus, and the game doesn't end.
Which, as a little bit of a comment, if you played through the second one, you do already know that you were fighting against the Pope. And for those of you that are listening, because we did not actually bring the end of the second one in, like we brought in the end of this one, but it's kind of important what happens in this one. The second one actually ends with a message. Once you get into this vault that the codex pages lead to, it's a message that you have Ezio hearing it, and he starts trying to ask. There's this lady that's just starting to tell him something, and he tries to ask questions, and she looks at him and says, "Shut up. This message is not meant for you." And then later, at the very end, she says, "It's all up to you, Desmond," which brings up an interesting questions and lots of things that I obviously don't know that Roken here might be able to tell you more about. But basically, they were talking about the world apocalypse, or something akin to that. I thought I should throw that in because we did not talk about that last time, because I was avoiding talking about endings. But since we already spilled the beans that you killed the Pope, which you almost kill him in 2 anyways, so you just really don't like the Pope, considering he's tried to kill you several times.
And your family.
And your family. Well, he already killed most of your family.
Your mother and your sister are fine.
Yeah, they're the only ones that are fine. Your 2
brothers. Well, your uncle's alive into Brotherhood until they shoot him in the back of the head.
Yeah, your 2 brothers, your father, your uncle, they're all dead. But my mother and my father are all right. My mother and my father. My mother and my sister are all right. Yep.
Your sister and your mother.
Yeah, that thing. But yeah, honestly, I really want to play Brotherhood. Is there anything really outstanding that, like a bug or anything that you can think of in Assassin's Creed?
Any outstanding things or bugs, other than the fact that the AI seems to be incredibly dim-witted. I'm not sure it always, but it seems for some reason the AI is as stupid as humanly possible. If you kill a guard on a rooftop, let's say, you throw his body in front of some guards on the street. They'll look around. You can jump down, land behind them, walk right in front of them, stare at them in the face, and they'll wonder who killed the guard.
Well, that's kind of goes with everything. AIs are generally dumber than a box of rocks. If you play Skyrim, you can do just about. You can basically just walk in front of someone, or you can walk into this room, go, steal someone's crap, and sell it back to them. Actually, I'm not sure if you can sell it back to them anymore. I think Morrowind didn't let you sell it back to him. I have to check if you can sell it back to him. But generally, you can steal their stuff, walk away, and they'll never know who did it. Same thing about if you're in sneak mode and no one can actually see you, you are invisible. But one of the really stupid things is you can kill a chicken and get a bounty on your head in Skyrim. But not to deviate too far, but no, Brotherhood does look really amazing. Unfortunately, I have not played it yet. I really do want to play it. I think it'd be worth, well, probably $30 at this point. I don't think it's worth the $50 right now. But that's just me, because right now I'm kind of poor. Not to mention, Revelations is already out, and has been out since... When did Revelations come out?
Revelations came out, oh geez.
It was before...
I want to say Christmas or so?
I thought it was before Skyrim.
I honestly don't know exactly when it came out. I delayed on getting it due to financial...
It's before Christmas. It is now almost May. So, AKA, they are really, really expensive still. Considering it's almost been 6 months since Revelations, but Brotherhood is still $50. And for people who are poor like
Spoiler
me,
alert, they're coming out with an Assassin's Creed 3 to continue with 2.
How is that a spoiler alert? Who does not know that yet?
A lot of people. I actually talked to a couple people yesterday because Xbox released the statement about it. And people are like, oh my god, have you not seen this glory? I'm like, do you know it's been there for like 6 months they've been talking about it?
There's one of the school computers that I've used that literally has the GameStop picture as their background. Awesome. But, anyways, I think that basically kind of wraps up our chat on Brotherhood, unless you can think of anything else to talk about.
No, I cannot.
Other than you really need to buy this game, and if you don't, we'll probably come to your house and murder your family and force it into your hands and then steal $50 from you. We're not really going to do this, because if we do this, we would be put in jail.
I don't think jail would be suitable for the mass amounts of murder we'd be committing.
Exactly.
I'm thinking like death penalty.
At least that's a quick death.
Not always. I mean, in our current state, death row is like, I think, what, 20 or 30-year wait sometimes? I mean,
hey, cool.
That's the whole time you're in prison.
Let's hope we can get it appealed before then. It was a
yeah. 2 guys who killed due to video games are not going to get very good appeals. I can't think of any attorney who would say.
We went insane.
Temporary insanity plea?
Yeah.
Yeah, for like 26 hours we were insane, going around doing mass killings of people who didn't have the game.
Yep. Anyways, this is a completely horrible tangent we've gotten on. But...
I'm taking notes.
You're taking notes?
I'm taking notes.
Note, if a strange man comes to your house, do not let him in. He is probably my friend here, trying to come kill you for you to go and buy a video game.
Oh, just like a Jehovah's Witness. Oh wait, no one will answer the door then either.
So, yeah, we're going to move on to our final section, game ideas. I don't really have much to talk about this week, but not next week, but the week after, I'm going to be doing some talking about video game design, so we'll actually have a video there for 1 week. So everyone, praise the Lord, we're having video. You'll have a feed. Mind you, neither me nor Roken have webcams, so we will not be having a webcam in the corner. Anyways, Roken, do you have anything to say about game ideas?
Unfortunately, nothing.
I don't know if we are going to be doing any more game design other than this coming week. I know that for sure, but I don't have anything more planned. But really, I didn't have that planned until this past week when I was thinking about crap. So, it could be really anything. We do not plan these generally in advance, other than, hey, this would be cool, let's do Assassin's Creed series. Then we spend 4 episodes on that, and then we go the day of what should we do next. So, be looking forward to that. I don't know really what our episodes are going to hold for us. Hopefully the website's going to come up. Buy Assassin's Creed, all of them. I don't care how poor you are, go rob a bank. And please don't take that advice and tell the cops that we told you to. If you take the advice, don't tell the cops we told you to.
Disclaimer, anything you hear on Dragonbone Tavern podcast may or may not be legal. Take advice and views at your own discretion.
And it's not our fault.
That's what your own discretion means.
Yeah, it's not our fault. Anyways, but that pretty much wraps us up, and we are actually really, really, really below what we're usually at. We're running only 22 minutes, so this cuts us short for this week. And I'm Kieran, and this is
Roken.
signing off.
Have a great day.